Michael Irvin has made it here. You could just pull that microphone right in front of you if you don't mind. That big old microphone.
That right there. Bam.
Okay.
Just like that right there, man.
Michael's in town to be part of a roundtable discussion tonight that I will be hosting for the NFL 100 campaign, the 100th year of professional football kicking off in earnest 1 week from Thursday night between the Packers and the Bears. And Kurt Warner will be here in hour number 3 because he's part of the panel tonight. Kyle Brandt, who's part of the hosting of it from Good Morning Football, he'll be here in hour number 3 and also part of the panel tonight. Somebody that I do believe once bounced Michael Irvin from the playoffs, Barry Sanders, is about to make it here.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true, right?
Yeah, I spent some time with Barry last night, too. Barry's a funny dude, man. He's a funny dude. And, yes, they did bounce us once from the playoffs.
That was the last loss before
the Super Bowl run.
Before the Super Bowl run, correct?
It was the prop-up to God Almighty. We let Detroit beat us. This will never happen again. And we went on a run and won 3 Super Bowls after that. So we used them as a tailwind to get us going.
The wind beneath their wings. I like that.
Like, who wants to lose to Detroit?
38-6.
Ooh. Right.
38-6, January 5th, 1992.
What did Barry do in that game? Barry, he was,
I don't remember. What was his numbers in that game?
Not that good. 12 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Right. Well,
5 catches, 30 yards.
And that's the game. I think Berline started, then we went back to Troy.
Yeah, Eric Kramer went nuts for Detroit. 341 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Eric Kramer. Hold on, man. That's Eric Kramer calling right there.
Irv's got 2 phones here. One of them's on.
Man, I'm on the air right now, D. I got to call you back. Go ahead on, buddy. We good.
So, Irv, let's talk first about what everybody was talking about over the weekend, and you think I'm referring to Andrew Luck's retirement. No, I'm talking about you firing up the crowd, wearing the turnover chain in Miami. And the fact now here's let me walk everybody through this. Let me walk everybody through this
video, man.
No, hold on a second. This video that went viral because Irv was firing up the crowd.
5.7 million views right now.
Okay. I saw it. My wife Susie, who you've known longer than me.
Right.
We were like, what are people so
Right, that's just Mike. That's just
What are they so crazy about?
Right, Rich, right.
Why are people like, what's going on with Mike? I mean, that's Irv.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a couple of the 5-point-some-odd million views, but I'm not like, saying that something's up with Irv. I mean, because that's just.
Right.
Your damn house! Put our foot on your throat!
And by the way, by the way, Reggie Wayne was like me too. We're like,
right.
Everyone, and then when people are responding like, Reggie's not even reacting. I'm like, yeah, because we've seen this before.
I wanted to put 345 on my back after that.
Oh my God, it was so crazy. And what it was, see, I had like an 8-man crowd. You can't start a pep rally with an 8-man crowd because you just keep stepping up higher. And if they amen that, you go higher. Then they amen that. I went all the way up. I said, hey, they way up. It got crazy, man. But I knew, Rich, when I got in the car, I was heading home afterwards, and I saw all of those. I said, oh my God, all them people watch. I said, oh, now if this thing doesn't go right, they're coming back at me after this. Because so many people, and all the Gator fans, they took it personally. I didn't say anything personally towards them. I just said we're going to step on their throat and snatch out their heart. That wasn't anything personal.
That's business. That's business. That's not personal. That's business.
It was what it was. It was great. I would tell you what, though. That was a great game. And I know people are talking about, some sloppiness in the game, like missed tackles and some turnovers. But I'd rather have a game like that than play, mother poor school, and it's a 54-10 game. Right. You know what I mean? It was a great game. I really enjoyed the game. Even though we didn't win, I really enjoyed that game.
Well, I also think it's great that Miami and Florida want to play each other, period, number one, but first out of the gate.
Yes.
First out of the gate.
Right.
Where
risking that.
Michigan and Notre Dame used to play first out of the gate every year. Last year was one of the first times in a very long time And then Notre Dame started to warm up for Michigan. It would put it what'd you call it? What's the name of the team? The Mary Sister or whatever you call it, the Vauclair or something like that. Right. So
yeah, right.
So but I think that's great. Like, let's put it all on the line right out of the gate. And obviously not everybody's gonna go undefeated for the year.
Right, me too, Rich. And just on that note, when I was on College Game Day the next morning, I did pick Michigan to win the conference this year without Urban Meyer over there at Ohio State. I do think this is Harbaugh's year. I really
do. Okay,
yes.
I'll take you on that. I hope that's actually the case from your lips to
God's ears.
Yeah, to the football God's ears. No doubt about
that. Right.
Michael Irvin here on the Rich Eisen Show. All right, now your thoughts on Andrew Luck's stunning retirement. Barry Sanders is going to be here shortly. Obviously, he's got some perspective on retiring early. What do you think, Irvin?
You know what blew my mind when I watch it? When I watch it, I said, wow. And all of us have some culpability here in being guilty. Because you remember, how many times on the shows did we talk about when these guys came out? Andrew Luck, Cam Newton. I mean, these are some big guys. They can handle the pounding. They're big, the big quarterbacks, all great arms. They can run the ball. They can handle the pounding. We put our mouth upon their worlds. And we were wrong. Nobody can handle this pounding. Not even those guys, man. And I was shocked. That he decided to walk away from the game. I was just absolutely shocked. I thought maybe he wants a little time away, or take a little time away. But Andrew Luck said he just can't take it anymore. And people don't understand. There are two things you got to understand. When you're a football player and you're committed to guys like that, it's one of the worst things in the world, and I may have told you this before, is to be injured while the rest of your guys are out there playing. You feel so just so isolated and not a part of it. It wears on you so much. So I could imagine how much it wears on him, and it's just too much. It's too much mentally more than physically, for him. So I wish him the best, man. I wish him the best. I hate that we're losing him. I hate that we're losing.
What about the idea, again, to give fans a better idea? Because Gronk said the same darn thing this morning. I don't know if you heard Gronk spoke today, had a press conference because he's joining up with a company that makes CBD to have CBD products for pain relief being used by NFL players. And he said,
these guys retire, boy, and they just go on that I'm smoking weed hunt. I mean, I know, okay.
There's no THC in CBD, though.
Sure it ain't.
Okay. But he's saying, he said
found out by CBD. I got to.
No. He said here, hold on, that the injuries that he could barely walk after he was done with the game. He slept for 5 minutes the night of the Super Bowl win, tears coming down his face in bed, not of joy, but in pain. And saying that I was losing that joy in life. Luck said the same thing about how the injuries and the rehab and then the constant concern about trying to get back was sucking the joy out of the game. Wow. Can you relate to that at all?
Rich, from their perspective, I was a guy with a broken neck trying to run to every doctor to find one doctor that says you can still play. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I just loved the game and wanted to be around it and everything. But as we talk about it, this game, the guys are bigger, they're faster, they're stronger now, and they're running into each other. So yeah, I can relate to them wanting to walk away. But that being said, I would do anything. Still to this day, to get out on that football field and play. As difficult as it is and as painful as it is, my love for it is that great. So I understand those guys. They've had great success and they're walking away. But yeah, I would do anything to keep playing.
Well, you're a fan as much as anything else. We just saw that, obviously, from this weekend in Miami. Could you understand why some fans would have booed Andrew Luck coming off the field on Saturday night after the news broke?
Well, if you look at it from the standpoint of, honestly, a lot of people had the coach. This was their year coming in. And a lot of those fans probably went and bought those season tickets saying, we got a shot. We're going to the Super Bowl this year. We're going to the Super Bowl. And when Andrew Luck made that announcement, that investment went down the drain, right down the drain. So, I guess from their disappointment and their hurt and their pain, that's how they voiced it. I stay away from calling somebody classless or anything when they do stuff like that. I'm sorry, man. It's just people. That's actually Giant. I usually answer.
Is that
the
really?
phone.
Is that
Yeah,
really?
that's
Is that
Giant.
Andy Gregg of NFL Network? NFL. That's our fearless leader at NFL Game Day Morning.
Giant, we're on the air, man. Stop messing around. He's probably watching us right now.
He's not. That's the point.
That's the point.
Michael, okay, there may be an I in Michael and two in Irvin, but there's one in Rich and Eisen, and this is about me. I cannot wait to give him grief. He's clearly not watching right now.
All my friends, let me tell you what
turn on
the
a
brothers
television
do.
set and just understand Michael's busy in the middle of. But by the way, I thought a very cogent point about fan bases and things of that nature.
Right. And but my friends, my black friends, when they see me on game day morning, they see me and then they'll start calling. And I look down and say, man, I saw you looking at that. I said, why the hell you keep calling? You know I'm on the air. Why do you keep? I just wanted to see you look for my phone call. I said, stop doing that. I said stuff like this. I am working right now, So I thought Giant may have partaken in a little brother.
I don't think so right there. Between a little brother.
A little brother.
Well, then we'll just use his phone call to pivot real quick before we take our first break here. And Barry Sanders is going to join us in a second. If you're on hold, stay on hold. We'll take your calls too. Can't Brissett go on a run for the ages here? I mean, Frank Reich in his career has proven.
And then incredible. That's why you love
Nick
this
Foles,
thing, man.
Nick Foles, man.
Look
Nick
at the
Foles
stories that are around this.
Why can't you Kobe Brissett? I was just mentioning about some good news in regards to the Indianapolis Colts, and I'll just say it right here because I was teasing it in the last hour, is that returning to practice is this speed-burning rookie from Ohio State, Paris Campbell. Yes. He's returned to practice. T.Y. Hilton, those two tight ends. Devin Funchess from the University of Michigan, to be fair and balanced with the Paris Campbell news.
T.Y. Hilton said he wakes up crying just at the thought of what has happened.
Okay, so maybe that gives an indication.
He wakes up crying. I'm like, yes, I bet he does.
Well, maybe because he's so tight with Andrew Luck.
Right,
I don't think Brissett is that this is everything's lost because of him. Why not?
And
could be one of the greatest stories we've seen in the NFL.
And Rich, that's why I love this game so much. And just it's Frank Reich leading this group.
Yeah.
It's Frank Reich, the ultimate backup quarterback, come back and get you at Buffalo, come back and get you at Maryland. This is something that he's used to.
Yeah.
Leading these dudes.
Coordinated Nick Foles. Nick Foles.
Right. It's incredible. It's incredible. But Andrew Luck was the most gifted and the best thing to come out at the quarterback position since we invented sliced bread. And to lose sliced bread like that's a big hard fall. Now and I hope the best for Jacoby Brissett, but that's a big hard fall.
All right,
lose him.
Let's take a break here. Michael Irvin here on the Rich Eisen Show. He's part of the NFL 100 campaign tonight. That's launching. We're going to have a nice affair up there in Lincoln Center here in New York City. Barry Sanders will be part of that as well, but before that, he will join us here in studio.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.